Korean fried chicken, Budae Jjigae, Hotplate Dakgalbi, LA beef barbecue, and more coming up.
When I wake up, I feel cozy, yeah. Can you hold up? Don't need no coffee yet. Got no makeup. How do you look so fine? Bust up, how did I make you mine?
Nayana, a K-pop themed cafe and restaurant chain in Singapore, owned and managed by the Korean lady boss who conceptualized everything from the decoration to the menu and authentic Korean recipes. They take pride in providing good quality food, service, and stylish atmosphere. Every corner is filled with photos of K-pop stars, which gives it a youthful vibe. And the extensive menu can satisfy all your Korean food cravings while listening to K-pop music. Today we will get to experience the Korean culture here in Singapore, and we're gonna start with some appetizers. Alright, so we got here the starters. This is the first batch. So we have here the Korean pancake, specifically the kimchi pancake. The main ingredient here is kimchi, of course, and then the rest are different kinds of vegetables. It's like a batter, Korean version of pancake. And I think it's gonna be eaten with this specific sauce, kind of like a soy base with some oil mixed in there. And then we have here different flavors of Korean fried chicken, and this looks so good. So amazing how this has been prepared and has been cooked in the kitchen. So the lady started deep frying it in a specific heat or temperature. It's such an amazing art cooking Korean fried chicken. First, it's like, I think it's marinated in some kind of milk with some spices. Of course, it's their secret spices, very authentic. This is the recipe that has been created by the owner, which is Korean herself. So I'm so excited to dig in with this Korean fried chicken with 4 different flavors. The original flavor, the basic one, and they have the soy garlic, which the lady brushed the chicken on top, fried garlic on top, which looks really crunchy. Then there's this version, like a cheese powder topped on the chicken, and I'm gonna pair everything with Hite extra cold beer. Okay, so I'm gonna try the kimchi pancake first. Look at that. It's super red, mainly because of the color of the kimchi. It looks so good. It's freshly cooked. I think it's gonna be my first time trying kimchi pancake, because usually I would have hemul pajeon, which is like a scallion pancake. So I'm gonna dip it. Let's take a bite. Oh yeah, love the flavor of the kimchi. Kind of tangy, and you have different vegetables in there. It's like a very light starter. Perfect appetizer. It's like a usual pancake, but this one is a savory one. It's very appetizing from the color and the textures, everything in there. Love anything savory anyways. I love the addition of the soy dipping. Makes it more flavorful. Really light and soft inside, crispy outside. So good. And it's not spicy. So now we're gonna dig in with the Korean fried chicken. Look at this, I'm so excited. I'm gonna eat the original fried chicken first. I think all of their fried chicken are boneless. It's super crispy. Look at that. Only Korean fried chicken you will see this type of batter. Open it up. It's piping hot, freshly cooked, so juicy and moist inside, and outside it's super crispy. Let's give it a try. Ultra crispy. You don't need any sauce on this original chicken. If you are a purist, you don't like any spices or sauces, this will do. This is perfect. Super good. Perfect with beer. We gotta try the cheese flavor. Look at this cheese flavor. So it's basically cheese powder on top of this already flavorful chicken. For those people who love cheese, then this is gonna be for you. And they call it snow cheese because it's like snow. Let's see. Oh, it's good. Oh my gosh, it's so good. I feel like kids and kids at heart will love this. You know when you eat cheese flavored chips, it's so addicting. I love this. Okay, next we're gonna try the soy garlic. Look at this glaze on top. The lady brushed it with soy mixture and then topped with some crispy garlics. And this is the first time I actually saw this type of soy garlic chicken, because usually it's just brushed with sauce. And I'm so excited because I love garlic, I love chicken, and I love soy. Let's dig into this. Oh wow, it's so good. The natural umami flavor that comes from the soy sauce makes this delicious. So good. So now we're gonna dig into the final flavor of this chicken platter. This is one of my favorites. Like anything red with chicken, I'm gonna pick it. This is something that I saved for last because it's something that I love. This is sweet chili. You can request if you want it spicier or less. We're gonna dig into this. Look at this color. So this sweet chili, she topped some white and black sesame seeds, crispy on the outside, drenched in that sweet, sticky, sweet chili sauce. My favorite. Very interesting. It's more sweet than spicy, but then again, if you want it spicier, you may request. Very interesting, authentic chili Korean fried chicken. Oh yeah, so good. I'm gonna have it with beer. And I'm gonna taste this tap beer that they have here in the restaurant. Perfect with the chicken, light and refreshing beer. This is the perfect chicken and beer combo you can ever have. Woo! Perfect start. I can't wait for the next dishes, the main ones. Let's go to the kitchen. Alright, now on to the main course. We have here 3 main dishes. This one in front of me is a huge pot of Dakgalbi. Dakgalbi is a spicy stir-fried chicken dish. This one has been famous all over Korea up to this day. This specific one is a recipe created by the Korean owner. Ingredients here, they have the chicken tteokbokki or the rice cake. There's some nori on top there, zucchini, mozzarella cheese on top there as well. And I smell some gochujang. I feel like they put some gochujang in here. The second dish that we have here is the army stew. Look at this. So they serve this uncooked dishes in front of you. And the army stew is something that has been created post-Korean War food, where the Korean army started creating this specific dish from surplus American ingredients like hams, sausages, processed cheese. Put it all together, they created this kind of spicy stew. That's why it's called Budae Jjigae in Korean, because Jjigae is stew and Budae is, I think, army in Korea. One of the famous dishes up until today that Koreans really love. And the third main dish, let's head to this beautiful looking LA quality beef marinated in some sweet sauce, Korean spices, and it's served with some enoki mushrooms and onions. We're gonna be cooking it in this grill later, eaten with lettuce. Kind of like a barbecue samgyeopsal type where there's some sauces. We have here some bean paste sauce. And then we have here the raw garlic, sesame oil with some salt and pepper. We have here the banchan, which are the kimchi, zucchini, and I think potato. Let's dig into the Dakgalbi. Oh my gosh, this is such a huge plate. Look at this mozzarella. I'm gonna pull the cheese. Oh, look at that cheese pull. Oh, it's piping hot. Let's try this out. All the ingredients, try to get a huge bite. It's still so hot. Look at that smoke in there. So this is Hotplate Dakgalbi. Usually Dakgalbi is like the spicy stir-fried chicken, so it's just a chicken dish, but this is like for sharing, portion for 2 to 4 people, perfect for sharing with your friends and your family. Let's try it out. Oh, I can taste the gochujang and a little bit of kick from the gochugaru. Love the texture and the crunch from the kimchi. The cheese, so creamy. Oh, the tteokbokki, chewy. I like it. I usually have the tteokbokki on the side, but this one, it's mixed on the rice itself. And it's such an enjoyable texture to have it all the different types of ingredients that we have here. Love this dish. This is such a filling, hearty dish. So good. I love the crispy texture from the bottom of the rice, like a sokara that you get in the paella. Heaven. I feel like I'm transported into a specific scene in a K-drama right now. This is so fun. And I love that they topped it with some nori, which I love. On to the army stew. Look at this, guys. It's bubbling away. You can have the chance to cook it yourself to your own liking. Look at the noodles. There's some ham, sausages, tofu, some zucchini in here. This chicken is still raw, so you really have to cook it. I'm gonna put it underneath. We also have some tteokbokki in here. This is topped with some cheddar cheese. I'm gonna mix it. So we have that ooey gooey cheese. Mix everything together. I like the style of eating this army stew because it's very experiential. Share it with your friends. Having this electric stove in front of you, you can eat it really hot. And I like my food really piping hot. Guys, the noodles are cooking. I love them curly and bouncy. And the term here in Singapore, they call it QQ. Perfect type of instant noodles. Perfect doneness that I'm looking for. Just the noodles itself I'm enjoying already. Now we're gonna get some soup. Oh yeah, it's kind of thick, super orangey red, very appetizing. So good, very, very comforting. Spiciness is just enough. If you eat it hot like this, the spiciness would go up. I can taste the flavor of the kimchi in there. Such a good spicy stew. Let's get some sausage, some mushrooms in there, some zucchini, ham, kimchi as well. Tteokbokki, very thin. Let me try the ham. Oh, kind of like a meatloaf. Try the sausage. Oh yeah, and the tteokbokki. What I like about the tteokbokki sliced thin is it's really easy to chew. Chewy. Oh, it's so nice. This army stew is very close to my heart because the Philippines has been under the colonization of the US. We also have this experience of having all the processed meats. So this is kind of familiar, but in a way different because this is done the Korean way. This is such a hearty and comforting dish to have along with its history. Let me see if the chicken is cooked. Look at that. Can you ask for more? Before I forget, let's get some tofu in here. Soft, silky tofu. Piping hot. So good. Familiar flavors, different style of cooking, the Korean way. So I think the beef is ready to be devoured. Look at that char and good quality beef being cooked in front of you. Korean barbecue style. Beef kalbi will not be complete without the typical set. Big lettuce in here, beautiful piece of meat in here. Maybe this. Then let me add some raw garlic, wrap it, kind of dip it in the sauce. Glorious. Oh, the beef, super tender, marinated well. Of course, the doneness will always depend on your preference, and this one is just the perfect timing. It's soft, very flavorful. Oh, I love the sharpness from the raw garlic. Follow it with a bite of rice. Let's try one more. Beautiful beef. Get one more. Again, the garlic. Second bite. Perfect. It's good for like 1 to 2 people. If you're on a date, I highly recommend to order this. This one is perfect. Good quality beef, Korean barbecue style, very much experiential. Same with the other main dishes. Super good. I'm gonna finish all these dishes. I'm gonna see you later for some dessert. Yes, Korean dessert. Alright, so the dessert has finally arrived. Look at this beautiful strawberry bingsu, Korean style dessert. It's so entertaining to watch the staff make this from scratch. The ice is falling down like a waterfall. And then she put kind of like a strawberry jam while the shaved ice is falling. And then she topped it off with freshly sliced strawberries. And the final topping is the strawberry ice cream. It's so hot in Singapore right now, so this is gonna be perfect as a meal ender. Look at that strawberry ice cream. To get some shaved ice, some syrup in there. Look at how finely shaved it is. I'm not sure if you're supposed to mix it or something, but I'm gonna eat it like this. Why am I... Let's get a big bite. It's so cold. It's so refreshing. It's not too sweet and it's very addicting. Brain freeze. I like that. Get the tartness from the strawberries. The shaved ice is not sweet. It is milky and creamy. You get that sweetness from the strawberry syrup and a little bit of sweetness from the strawberry ice cream. A very good dessert. This is something that can be shared with like 2 to 3 people. All the servings here in Nayana are for 2 to 4 people, I think. Big portions, huge pots. Perfect if you're gonna bring your friends or your family. Look at that beautiful fresh strawberries in there. Alright, so that's gonna end our episode for today. It is such a beautiful experience going to a K-pop themed restaurant. From the interior, music, to the food, it's like I'm transported to a Korean drama series. It's such a beautiful experience. I've never been to Korea, and this is a taste of Korea right here in Singapore. All the dishes that I've tried, legit super good. The Korean fried chicken, I think it's one of the best I've ever had. I don't know what can top this. Let me know, guys, what other Korean fried chicken restaurants or Korean restaurants that you can suggest on the next episode, but this one is on top of my list. Highly recommend that you guys try this one, especially the main dishes that I've tried. The Dakgalbi served on a hot plate. Wow, so good and filling, so fun to share with your friends and your family, as well as the army stew, which has a beautiful history, very memorable from the armies to the Korean families, and I kind of relate to that. The barbecue LA beef kalbi, wow, beautiful quality beef, beautiful experience. And the best meal ender was the Bingsu. Very refreshing, not too sweet. I almost forgot the beer that is so light. I mean, it's not bitter. Perfect to pair with the Korean fried chicken. Yeah, that's gonna end this entire Korean food series. Let me know what you want to see if I'm gonna do another Korean food series. Thank you guys for watching. Again, make sure to like and comment and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video here in Singapore.